Hey y'all, I'm still at home waiting on my COVID test, but the lessons move on. Today we're going to be talking about writing systems of equations. So today we're going to be writing systems of equations. So what we're going to be given is a long word problem, and we're going to have to pick out certain information from that word problem to create two equations. We'll read the question for some context. The school that Gianna goes to is selling tickets to the annual talent show. So imagine your school is selling tickets to a talent show. On the first day of ticket sales, the school sold 4 senior citizen tickets and 5 student tickets, and they earned $102. So they sold 9 tickets total. Some of those were seniors and some of them were students. I don't know how much each of those cost, but I know that they got $102. The school took in $126 on the second day by selling 7 senior citizen tickets and 5 student tickets. So I still don't know the cost of each type of ticket, but I know that they made $126. What is the price each of 1 senior citizen and 1 student ticket? So I have 2 days that I can compare. So that's going to be my 2 equations. So on day 1, I know they took in a total of $102. That's the total. So whatever the seniors and student tickets add up to, it's going to equal $102. I want to create a variable for each type of ticket. So I have senior citizen and I have student. So let's say senior citizen tickets are going to be X and student tickets are going to be Y. So the number of senior citizen tickets is 4. So 4 times the cost, which would be X. And I know there's 5 student tickets. The cost of student tickets is Y. And I know I can multiply that by 5. So I don't know what the cost is. So that's why I replaced it with X and Y. So the variables X and Y are the cost for each. So the cost of the senior citizens is X and the cost of the students is Y. We have to use these same exact variables in the same way for the second equation we write. So what's important to remember is that we don't yet know how much each of these tickets cost. So that's why we replaced it with letters. So that means basically $102 equals 4 students multiplied by the cost of 4 senior citizens multiplied by the cost of senior tickets plus 5 students times the cost of the student tickets. And that's going to equal $102. For day 2, it says the school took in $126. So that's the total is $126. There are 7 seniors who bought senior citizen tickets. So I'm going to multiply 7 by the cost of those tickets, which is X. And there were 5 students who bought student tickets. So just like that, I have my 2 equations. We don't have to worry about solving these yet, so we're good. Let's move on to the second equation set. This word problem says, Alyssa has 30 coins in her purse, and all of them are either dimes or quarters. Together, the change is worth $4.50. We're going to write a system of equations to determine the number of each type of coin. So this is asking us to write equations, but those equations have to determine the number of each type of coin. So I don't know how many dimes we have, and I don't know how many quarters we have. So the number of dimes and the number of quarters are going to be our variables. So I'm choosing X to represent the number of dimes and Y to represent the number of quarters. The first sentence told me that Alyssa had 30 coins total, and both were dimes or quarters. So the number of dimes and the number of quarters is going to equal 30. So 30 is my total, and then we're going to add the number of dimes and the number of quarters. X stands for number of dimes, and that's being added to the number of quarters, which is y. So I already have one equation. Now I'm going to write the second equation. The second equation is going to represent this sentence. All of the change is worth $4.50. I know that dimes equal 10 cents. 10 cents. So 10 cents of a dollar is going to look like 0.1. And quarters are 0.25. The reason I know I'm using these is because this is written as a decimal. So $4.50. So the 50 cents are written as a decimal. A dime should be written as a decimal, and so should the quarters. I know that because this says $4.50, it's asking me about value, or it's stressing the importance of value. Since we know the value of a dime and we know the value of a quarter, we can use it in the equation. So the total is going to be $4.50. And I don't know how many dimes I have, so I'm going to use the variable x. And I know that dimes are worth 0.1. So that's going to be the coefficient. And I'm going to add that to quarters. The number of quarters I have multiplied by their value. And just like that, I have my two equations.